You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Good Monday morning, everybody. I am Glenn the Geek from Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Monday, August 24th, episode 4025. Good morning, horse people.
Well, good morning, everybody, and happy birthday to the Horse Radio Network. It's our 18th birthday from the first episode of Stable Scoop. And we welcome back Jackie Baker, who holds the distinction of being our very first guest ever in 2008. So she's going to come back, and we're going to catch up with her. It's so amazing, the friends we've made doing this show over the years. And we also have Auditor Allie on, who was accepted into vet college in England. And what was that process like? We're going to chat with her about that. Plus, Jackie hangs around for the post show to play a little true or false game that might involve food. We're going to do that in the post show. But first, the United States won something at the World Championships in Aachen.
Yeah. Well, what did we win?
The para dressage team won gold.
Yay!
And not just the para dressage team of Marie van der Heijden, Fiona Howard, Rebecca Hart, and Kate Schumacher. A couple of them have been on our show over the years, actually. They won the gold, but also Marie, Fiona, and Kate also won individual gold, and Kate actually won 2 individual golds in addition to that. We really kicked butt over there.
Wow.
At Aachen in para. And we've had a strong para team over the years, but we've never been the ones to go out and win everything. So their team this year is just incredible. So congratulations to the whole para team. Let's all give them a round of applause. That's just really cool for them. And you remember we talked to Rebecca Hart, several times in this show.
I feel like we've always been good, but dang, this is dominant. Yes.
Yeah, and it's the only team thing we've won over there. So congratulations and thanks for representing the United States there, ladies. Well done. And a couple of them were actually championship records as far as score was concerned. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. The team score was the highest team score to ever take gold in para. So good job, guys. And also, as far as driving was concerned, there were 2 other ones we can chat about. Driving, Boyd Excel, whose name you've heard before here, has now won his 8th consecutive FEI World Championship individual title.
Wow.
The Netherlands claimed a record 13th team gold, and we were represented a little bit. In 3rd place was Chester Weber, my neighbor here in Ocala, came in 3rd. So as far as team jumping is concerned, Germany took gold. And I don't think there's a surprise there. Belgium in silver and Great Britain in 3rd in jumping. The USA finished 4th.
My brain is stuck on something. Okay, so like you are competing in Germany and you're an American and you're a dressage or show jumper or whatever. You have to have your horse flown over to Germany. If you're a driver, how do you get all your cart and your tack and all, like, there's sometimes they 4 horses? Like, oh my God.
They use 5 horses because you need a spare. So they actually ship 5 horses to do that.
Oh.
Some of them ship 6.
Oh my gosh.
Multiply that times, what, 10 grand each.
Just owning 6 horses is a lot, much less keeping 6 competitive world champion. Like, that's crazy. Wow,
that's crazy. And that's why only rich people do forehand driving. I
mean, you think that dressage eventing's expensive? Good God.
Yeah, no, that's really expensive. Yeah. And their carriages are all, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I mean, you're not doing that if you're poor.
No.
No. Not at any level, really. If you're doing forehand driving at any level, you've got to have money to do that. All right. Chester Weber, for instance, Campbell Soup fortune, right? So there is.
I mean, I can't think of money being better spent than doing horses.
Keeping the
so
economy
way to
going.
Go.
That's right.
Exactly.
All right. Daily Whinney time.
From the podcast to the barn, here's some hidden birthday wishes to keep you warm.
Happy birthday to Amanda Y. We hope you had, your birthday was yesterday, had a fantastic birthday yesterday. Also, second daily Whinney, Caldera, won another race. Yay! Did handily, I would say.
He kicked butt. And then also, for those of you who own Money Problem, he came in second. So in a different race.
Well, I checked my account balance today. I had to redo my password because it's been so long since I went into myracehorse.com.
Okay.
And I only own one, so this is a true representation of how Caldera has won, or how he's done. And I am at $11.97.
And think about this. I don't even think they've re-put the payouts in from that race in yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
So I
So
could
you might
be up
have
to
more.
15?
Well, I
12?
mean, just to laugh at your petty $11.97, I would like to point out that I currently have I think I own pieces of 10 horses. Yeah, kind of big deal. I'm a multi-tiered racehorse owner, and I have in my account $38.25. So
You're rich.
thank you very much.
Now, we'd like to remind everybody that doesn't include what we've paid for our shares of these horses. That's not taken off.
That was not necessary. That was rude. I'm going to give today's Daily Whinney to my friend Larissa, who puts up with me, and I don't know why. So it's Friday evening, and Chad gets called on a trip, and Lucas gets invited to spend the night with a friend. And I'm like, what is happening? I have the whole house to myself for the entire night. And I'm like, I'm calling Larissa. Let's go do something. Let's go do something. Let's do it.
Stand being home alone.
No, I was like, this is my time to go out. I don't have to worry about anybody. I can do whatever I want, what I wanted to do, Glenn, was take a Friday night. I mean, this is such a different me than the 20-year-old me. I was like, I am so stiff and I feel creaky. I want to take a Friday night yoga class and then go out to dinner.
No.
I was like, woo, I'm living crazy.
You are a
So
party animal.
I know. So I call her and I'm like, do you want to go to a yoga class and then go get dinner and drinks? And she's like, hell yeah, I've never done yoga. So let's do it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll
Even
look it
I've
up.
done
I'll
yoga.
work it out.
Larissa never did yoga?
She'd never done yoga. So I'm not here to judge. So I go to ChatGPT and I was like, can you please tell me all of the places in Norman that have yoga classes tonight after 5 p.m., which is amazing. They gave me this list and there's all
more than
these.
one?
Yes, there was like 4 and 3 of them were hot yoga. And I was like, hell to the no.
It's 105 degrees out. Why would you want to do hot yoga?
I know. I was like, I'm not doing hot yoga. That sounds terrible. I'm already like menopausal. I'm having hot flashes all the damn time. The last thing I want to do is be hotter, but I'm like super stiff. And this one's a little closer to Larissa's house than mine, but I'm like, let's do it. So we meet in the middle. We go to the yoga class and we walk into this yoga studio and it's called Space Yoga. First of all, I have to point out that their mascot on the inside, all the decor, unicorns. Oh yeah, unicorns.
Why is it
everywhere.
Called Space Yoga?
It's called Space Yoga, and there's unicorns everywhere. I go into the bathroom, and I came out, and I was like, Larissa, their bathroom looks like our bathroom would look if we weren't married and we lived together.
Is it all unicorns?
Everything's unicorns, t-shirts, paintings. It's like one time somebody was like, I like unicorns. And everybody for Christmas for the rest of their life gave them things with unicorns on them. That is this place. It was fantastic. Now, highly approved. The unicorns, this tiny little girl is sitting there. She's like this little pixie and she is so pretty. And she's like, I'm the instructor. I'm so glad you guys decided to come in. So she's like, here is your yoga mat. And here, I'm going to give you guys a tour. Here's the restroom. Here's the showers. Here's this, here's that. And I was like,
were you the only two?
No, there was like 3 other people already in the room. So it's only 5 of us.
Okay.
But I'm like, why would I need a shower after yoga class? Like, who spends that much time in the studio where they were like hanging out in the locker room, whatever. So anyway, she gives us these yoga mats and she's like, these yoga mats. I was like, should I wear my socks? She's like, you're not going to want to. You won't be slippery because these mats absorb the sweat. And I was like, stop for a second. What is happening? Like, why are there showers and why are there sweat absorbing yoga mats? Glenn, ChatGPT lied to me. I just signed up and paid for hot yoga.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I don't want to do it. But like Larissa's never done it. She's like, let's go. And I'm like, well, now I have to go because stupidly I brought her and she doesn't know what she's doing.
So when I was wrestling, we used to get hot by laying under the mats and trying to sweat weight off. How do they do hot yoga?
God.
They just crank up the temperature to 110 or open the outside door where it's 110?
So I walked out and it's totally black in this room and they've like candle. It's like Friday night candlelight yoga. It's just stretching and not like a huge workout, which is what I wanted. And I walked into the door and you know how when you open like a blast freezer, the like cold air hits you in the face. Boom! Think that, but opposite.
Like walking outside here in the first thing in the morning when it's 1,000 degrees humidity.
Yeah, it was so, it's just, she was like, there's not a lot of humidity. And I was like, wait. What is happening? I can't do it. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing a hot yoga class. And I guess after about 5-10 minutes, you kind of get used to it. And like, it didn't get so bad. And I actually was fantastic class and I really like it. I'm going to probably go next Friday. But I will tell you that at one point Larissa's next to me and there's like a man and another man in the back and then 2 women over to the side. So there's like 6 of us. And then there's the little pixie yoga instructor. And at one point I'm in there and it's so hot and I'm just so hot, Glenn. I'm so hot. And everything is just so hot. So I look over and Larissa's like holding the pose and she's like, I just see in her mind, she's like, screw it. And just pulls off her shirt. We have sports bras on, you know, and she rips off her shirt. And I look at her in the silence of this yoga room and I go, oh, thank God. And I rip my shirt off. I don't want to be the only one.
Pixie is not going to want you back.
She was delightful and we had a great time. And I think I'm going to go back next week because like actually the hot was kind of nice. Like I was like, this makes sense because then you're not cold stretching, you're hot stretching. But I mean, all I kept thinking was
you
like,
could walk out the door and do that at home, you know, right?
I know. I was like, this is going to be so great in like December. Like I'm going to live here in the winter.
Were you sore the next day?
I'm still sore. I'm still sore.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, this just reminds me of all the comments we've gotten on the tattoo artist on Friday. I mean, we've gotten a ton of comments on that, which we thought we would. But now we're going to get yoga comments. Anybody have ever done hot yoga? Let us know.
I never thought I would ever do it.
To me. It just sounds miserable.
To be fair, like I was like probably about 10 minutes left, and I was like, how much longer? This is lasting forever. It was like, it's an hour class. I swear to God, we were in there for 7 hours.
Jennifer said every time you pick out the pony's hooves in the summertime, it's hot yoga. She's not wrong.
It's true.
All right, let's get to our guests, and then later on in the show, you're going to give us a horsey update because I saw pictures of a horse that I don't think I've seen before. So, okay, you can't miss this one. I want to know if it's part draft horse. So we're going to find out about that later in the show.
Clarifly Larvicide is more than just a fly control product. It's the first step towards improving horse comfort and keeping nuisance flies out of your stables. This feed additive uses an active ingredient that passes through the digestive system of horses and is expelled in the manure where it stops flies in their larval stage. By using Clarifly Larvicide as part of an integrated pest management program with Starbar products, you'll get more support, more expertise, and more control. Visit centralflycontrol.com to learn more or contact your local feed dealer. It's called Clarifly Larvicide.
Join us as we chat with past guests to find out, where are they now?
Well, Jamie, when we get asked, many times we've been asked when we've done interviews for other shows, what's our favorite part of this? And we always say the same thing. The favorite part is the people we've met. And that is so true. We've met so many people and we've made so many friends because of the Horse Radio Network, whether it's other hosts or listeners or that kind of thing. And that includes guests too. And it's amazing, but our first guest was 18 years ago on August the 22nd, 2008. She was our first guest for the Stable Scoop show, and we became friends. Even our first guest we became friends with, and Jackie and I have kept in touch ever since then and hung out together and had dinner together. Jackie Baker is here. Hi, Jackie. Welcome back.
Hi, Glenn. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
So, Jackie, does it seem like 18 years ago?
Oh, my. Yes and no.
I agree,
Both.
actually. So the reason we had Jackie on, this is how long ago it was, Jamie, is because there wasn't social media back then. There were blogs.
Yeah, well,
That's what I had to look at. We were just starting out. We had no guests. We had no listeners. So I said to myself, who would be willing to come on a show with no listeners? A blogger. And Jackie had a blog called Regarding Horses, and you were doing Olympic coverage, and that's what caught my attention.
I was. And you did have a listener. It was my mother.
After you were on, though.
Exactly.
So how long did you do Regarding Horses? I assume social media killed it at some point.
I did it for several years. It was originally a project for work because I was getting started in digital marketing. And so it was a project to practice SEO and monetizing a website and analytics and all of those fun things. So as work picked up and eventually as I had kids and life got busier, it's something that just went by the wayside.
And then, Facebook came along and Twitter came along and
Yes.
all of those came along and kind of changed things. But this was the heyday of blogs. It really was.
It was probably early even, which I think is why it was successful initially. And you even found me because I was writing about the Olympics. I thought, hey, I want to know how this even works. How does dressage at the Olympics work? How do they pick people? What are the different phases? All of those kinds of things. So I researched and wrote about it. And apparently lots of other people wanted to know too, because up on my site that month.
Blogs were much different than podcasts or, doing things today in social media. It was consistency. You had to be putting out articles all the time, right? Nothing really has changed. It's just a different format.
Right. And you were commenting on other people's blogs and then they were coming and commenting on yours. And so we were building a community through blogging, just like you do on social media today. And there are some people I'm still connected with and interact with from my old blogging days.
Jackie, that's the OG comment section is what that is.
I know, right? It is. It really is.
It really was. Did you have a blog that you followed back then, Jamie, that you were religious about? That was even before Eventing Nation. That was before them.
Yeah, I wasn't a computer person. I mean, if I was, I would have followed Jackie's, but I just didn't have a computer, I had a flip phone and I didn't get an iPhone till I was living in Arizona. I mean, I never had any sort of connection. I'm dumb. I still don't understand what Wi-Fi is. How is there internet flying through the air that my phone catches and puts it? I don't get it. I don't trust it. But Jackie, well, you are a pioneer, my friend, just like you, Glenn.
You were pretty young too, weren't you? Your young 20s at that point?
Yeah, I was in my mid-20s.
Mid-20s, yeah. I thought you were pretty young then. And, it is interesting, though, because of your blogging, look at the lifetime friends you've made. And because of our show, we've done the same thing. It's been true ever since as well. But then again, don't we a lot of times make friends at work? And some of them you are glad to get rid of when you quit, and then some you keep in touch with. So.
Keep forever, yeah. And it was kind of neat because coming on the Stable Scoop really helped set the trajectory for a lot of my career. Because like I said, I was working for an agency. You and I got connected. You had me down to Lexington for a meetup event at one point, and I met some people there who were in the horse industry, and I ended up working for their company for the next 13 years, both through agency and then in-house.
And did you meet at the New Media Meetup? You met your future bosses there? I didn't know that.
I did. Yeah, because you had me come talk about SEO. It was all roundtable style, and you had me come speak for 15 minutes on SEO. And they hired me 3 weeks later.
What?
And I eventually, a decade later, ended up in-house for a while.
I don't remember getting my finder's fee for that.
Well. You got my smiling face, Glenn. We're still friends.
So what are you up to now? I saw a picture of you. I know you don't own any horses, but I saw you just rode the other day.
I did. So I am much older now, and I've got two kids that I didn't have then, but they're all the way up into high school, 14 and 12. So I am living my best dance mom life, which actually bears a lot of similarities to the horse show world in terms of how that runs. We're having a lot of fun with that. I've got one kid doing marching band and track and busy with a lot of church stuff. And then I've recently moved out of the agency world and I'm doing some freelance marketing. I have a doodle. My dog is my horse right now. He's my baby. He's at my feet right now. He lives with me forever. And my mom still rides. She's retired and living her best life. She's going to laugh because I say this all the time. There is no better life than being the pampered pony of an old retired lady. No better life. So I still get to go play horses with my mom, which is great fun.
Oh, and hi, Mom. I know she's going to be listening to this.
You will.
After 18 years later. Well, sounds like the dance mom thing. I knew some people who were, I think that's worse than the horse thing, to be honest, because you got to sit through all those boring recitals.
Oh my goodness, they're so much fun. We love it. And we're very fortunate.
Your kid, when you're watching the 50 others that day,
it depends. Some of them are fun.
I don't think anything is worse than being a soccer parent. Oh my God, those people travel everywhere every weekend, sitting out in the hot sun. There's no shade on the soccer field. There's no shade.
Nope.
People bring like their own tents and stuff to soccer games. So crazy.
That is true.
It's
100 degrees out there now. So
at least dance is air conditioned.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's food.
And band practice, at least you get to go to the football game. So there's that to watch.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
It makes sense that you would have kids into dance and band, though, knowing you guys. Well,
I'm very good with hair.
We're so glad that you're doing well, and it's always so nice. We see you at a couple of occasions through the years, and so you're doing marketing now for horse businesses, or all businesses, or what?
So I'll do for any kind of businesses. I work with a lot of small businesses. I do have a lot of horse industry experience because I've worked for brands in there for a decade and a half at this point and have a lot of connections. It's a lot of fun. I know that industry really well. So horse people, if you have a business and need help, I'd love to help you out. But also a lot of horse people are doing other things too, or maybe own other types of businesses. And they're probably an agency life works of hundreds of different kinds of professional services or manufacturing, healthcare, local businesses, national businesses, all kinds of different things.
Well, if any of you need something like that, I can give Jackie my recommendation. She's one of the smartest people I know, and she just knows her stuff when it comes to this. Look, I had her speak on it 18 years ago, so she's been doing it ever since. Jackie, will you hang around for the post show? I have a game we're going to play between you and Jamie.
I can't decide if that sounds ominous or fun, but let's do it.
It'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Game.
I didn't even tell Jamie what it was, so there. All right. Thanks, Jackie.
Thanks.
Where do people find you?
But you can find me on LinkedIn, Jackie Baker. It's /Jackie BKR, or you can email me, Jackie@jbkrmarketing.com.
Okay, and I will put a link to your LinkedIn in the show notes. Thanks, Jack.
Recharge your training program with Equestrian Plus. Equestrian Plus brings together top riders, trainers, and professionals onto one video platform. Watch over 5,000 how-to training videos, clinic and event footage, exclusive training sessions, and more, featuring top experts including 5-time dressage Olympian Stefan Peters, 5-time Olympic show jumper Ann Krasinski, Olympic eventer and silver medalist William Fox Pitt, and more. Join Equestrian Plus now and use promo code HRN15 for 15% off your first month. Visit EquestrianPlusPLUS.com to subscribe.
Jamie, I saw one of our auditors post on her Facebook page something that I was so excited for her about, and I thought we have to have her on to talk about it. We have Allie Henninger here, and Allie's been on before. You wrote for Eventing Nation. Isn't that why we had you on?
Yes, I am still with them. I think that was the main reason. Was I've done like Rebecca and a bunch of events with them and kind of updated from.
And what do you do for a living now?
Well, for the next 7 days, I'm a secretary, kind of admin assistant, a hospital near me.
But that is all going to change next week. So tell us what happened and what you're going to do.
So I went and visited England a couple times last year, and then again in May, actually, and did some touring of some places while I was there. And in 12 days, I will be moving to England, to Gloucestershire, and I got admitted to Hartpury University to study equine veterinary physiology.
Wow, congratulations. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is it
so
is it a student visa that you go on for something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of complex, but at the end of the day, it's pretty easy. You just have to do a lot of appointments and sending lots of various documents, but it lets you stay for however long your program is. And mine is for 4 years. It's actually an integrated master's, which is something that they don't do here, where in 4 years, I'll graduate with a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and as a licensed physio.
Wow. Hey, those programs are usually very hard to get into unless you're super smart.
Well, so Hartpury is actually pretty small. It's considered a specialist school. Their admissions aren't too difficult.
Oh, Allie, that was the wrong answer. You were supposed to say, well, I am super smart.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm sorry.
Duh.
What's wrong with you, Allie?
Having to dig out my high school transcripts from 11 years ago was super, super easy.
And that was my next question is this secondary school for you? Like, is this college? But if you graduated high school 11 years ago, what was the catalyst for change in your life?
Yeah. So I have been wanting to be in rehab in some way since 2020, when during lockdown, I was living in Canada actually for a year, and they really, really did lock down, like legitimately, like you can't go outside sort of a thing. But I worked at my barn, and so I lived there and just kind of never went outside the property. But my mare broke her splint bone on her hind leg twice. And because I was the barn manager, and also you're not allowed to go anywhere, and no one else is allowed to go anywhere unless it's like an actual, like legitimate emergency, or you're like all that fun stuff. I had to do all her rehab myself, and it was horrible. And I was doing kind of like phone consults and stuff because they do have physios in Canada, unlike here in the US. And I was like, this is amazing. Why don't we have this in the US? Like, I would have had no idea what to do. And you guys know, obviously, like the struggles we have with equine veterinarians in the US and their scarcity and stuff, and they just have to be kind of everything all the time. But outside of the US, that's very common to have just actual dedicated equine physios.
Explain what a physio is and does.
Yeah, so it's essentially, here in the US, we would probably just call them physical therapists. Okay. And so, but outside of here, they are often called physiotherapists. And as someone with like chronic health issues, I've had to be in physical therapy myself the last like 10 plus years. And so I very much understand the need for it for people. And then when realizing that, like, why don't we have this for horses? This is like so vital. But yeah.
And you're also an eventer. And are you hoping to get any eventing in while you're over in the mecca of eventing?
Oh, 100%. So Hartpury, the other reason that I chose there, because they have this they have dozens of colleges with physio and rehab and like recovery rehabilitation programs there. Like every school that has horses has that, and it's just a thing everywhere. But the reason I chose Hartpury, well, one of the many reasons, because it's amazing. One, they're actually the hosts for a 4-star that happens there every year.
Win.
Mm-hmm. And they have 250 school horses that are used for all of their different equine programs, because you have like to be a trainer, even you have to go to school. Like you have to have like a credential or schooling or something like that. So they have a huge amount of equine programs, and they have these school horses for use for all of those different programs. So you have students riding them and teaching with them and doing vet stuff with them. And basically they live the best life ever. And so you can also ride them as a student. And I definitely want to do that. So.
Allie, this is a little girl's dream come true.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
I'm very anxious because, again, I leave in 13, 12 days, and I haven't packed.
Well, let me give you a little piece of advice when packing. Do not put your bit in your carry-on going through London Heathrow.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, no, I'm actually just going to bring, like, instead of suitcases, I'm just putting like tote bins. I'm just putting them all in there. I'm sending some stuff ahead of time. That's like, what is this, like, horse stuff?
I assume you're bringing your own saddle and all that. You're going to.
I am not actually,
No?
because
Okay.
they have all of that. Like, if I'm just riding school horses, or a lot of the riders that are there doing like actual riding schooling things, like, everyone has their own tack, and I don't have my own horse anymore because I sold them last fall in preparation for this. And it's
Talk about a complete life change. I don't know if 11 years after I graduated high school, I could have done college. I just don't know that my head would have been in it.
I have an associate's degree in science and had always planned on getting an equine science degree. But in my previous marriage, my ex-husband did not want to live in the one town in the state that we have the school for that. And the only school in the country that has rehab programs is one only for registered human physical therapists or veterinarians or techs of either. So I would have to get a bachelor's degree and maybe even like med school after that, or vet school. And it's also in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee. And that didn't sound super appealing to me. And so, yeah.
So you dumped his ass and off to England you
I
go.
was going to say, return X.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah. And like this has been in my plan, like I said, since like 2020 or 21. And he was never going to be down for it. And that was one of the ideas, was like, if we go to Canada for that year, I was near Equine Guelph, University of Guelph, that has lots of equine degrees, but that obviously didn't work out because COVID, and we ended up having to come home with our tails between our legs because everything was locked down. We couldn't work. And so now I was like, well, now what's the next move? Like, where's the next possible education?
Well,
So
congratulations. This is fantastic. Will you be able to come home and practice then?
yes, hopefully. So that's the thing about the US, is because we don't really have physios and we don't really have a pipeline for them, there aren't really regulations for it either. And so I'll be licensed in the UK, but here they don't require licenses. Because
you know what's going to happen, Jamie. She's going to meet some cute UK guy who's going to love her American accent, and she's going to live there forever. She will never come home. That's what's...
Tell you, when you go to certain places, they're going to be like, oh my God, you're an American. Why are you here? That's the guy you want.
Yep.
He thinks you're just amazing. Like, you're a novelty. You're so
I know. I've
special.
heard this when I was traveling there over the last year. It's just like, you guys are all enamored by like British people, but like, we're enamored with Americans, as we learned from the World Cup era. So
It's so true.
And
true.
you're adorable and cute. That doesn't hurt. So you'll be fine.
I was talking to this lady in Wales, and she's like, oh, I just have to stop you. You have the most amazing accent. I was like, what? No, I don't.
Like, everyone has this. They're like, no, you're so casual. What's happening?
And Jamie, imagine if you'd went into your thick Southern accent. They would have been blown away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I used to kind of have one, and I have like this weird, I think it's just the autism thing, where like I end up kind of mimicking accents sometimes, or like I'll slip into my old Southern accent too. And I'm like, if I go over there and start slipping back into y'alls, they're gonna not.
Oh, just own it. I owned it. I was like, come on.
Allie, if you can find time a few months after you start, will you come back on and tell us how it's going?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited. And I was told, so I was going to go and do the bachelor's in equine performance and rehab. And then after I got admitted, I learned that they had this integrated master's for just physio in general. And I was like, that sounds amazing. I could graduate with even more and like actually be licensed and stuff. But by then it was like, I think June or May. And they were like, we are small and we only have so much room. And there's really not a chance at all that you'll get in, but we can put you on the wait list. You won't get off the wait list though. Like, it's not going to happen because it's like they only have like 10 people, I think, that can do it every year, because it's so many hundreds of hours of clinicals involved that they just don't have the placement for more than that many people. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's actually 10. I just was told it was a small amount. And then they were like, well, put you on the wait list. We're going to interview you for a place on the wait list in July. And then maybe you'll get the waitlist spot, and then maybe you can get admitted, but there's like a 5% chance. And I was like, that's fine. If not, I'll just do the rehab one. That sounds great. I did the interview and basically was like, here's why I want to do this. Here's the journey I had with my mare. I really just like, I want to bring physio to the US, because obviously like the US team has physios and like really rich people probably, but it doesn't exist here. And then I got the email 4 hours later that they gave me a spot.
Oh my
They
God.
really
4
liked
hours
you.
later,
Yeah.
you won't do it. It's not
like-
gonna happen.
Good luck, Allie. We're going to be thinking about you, and we'll check in a couple months, okay?
Thanks so much. I appreciate it, you guys.
So, Jamie, I came across this video today, and you haven't seen it yet. I'm going to play the audio because you'll get something out of the audio listening at home. But then I'll put a link to the video in the show notes. You have to go look at this thing, okay?
Okay,
You have to
okay. I'm
look at
clicking
it.
on it now.
All right, so here we go. I want to hear your reaction after.
The Kiji X1 from DAX AI Robotics takes the idea of a robot dog in a completely different direction. Instead of simply carrying equipment or following a person, this massive four-legged machine is designed to carry a human rider across terrain where traditional vehicles may struggle. At the heart of the Kiji X, one are powerful electric joint motors developed by DAX AI Robotics. The actuators can reportedly produce peak torque of around 1,400 Newton meters, giving each leg the strength needed to support the robot, its rider, and additional cargo. Power comes from a 165-volt high-voltage battery system designed to supply the large amounts of energy required for...
Okay, you get the idea.
I'm sorry.
This is a robotic horse. It's big as a pony, big as scooter, probably, maybe about that size. Yeah. What do you think?
What are those things that you ride? Let's think snowmobile, but with like 4 weird legs. And I'm watching the person on top of it on the times that they're actually walking, because this is all AI generated content. It looks so like the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen.
Real. This isn't AI. This is real. There's 2 companies. Kawasaki has their own version.
No, but the ones of them walking around on the city streets, yes, but that's not really them up in the mountains climbing.
Yeah, that's AI. But I will say that the Kawasaki one was even creepier. This is just
This
creepy.
looks really stupid.
Did you see in China, this was all over the news last week, they had a humanoid robot race, like foot race, where the robots were racing each other? That was creepy.
I saw a human, Mr. Beast did a video with this guy running against a human, and also like a human robot running, a couple of them. And yeah, the humans won every time.
It's just creepy.
If I was out on a trail somewhere and somebody rode up on that thing, I would laugh so hard, but also my horse would spook and run 4 miles the other way. So I got nothing.
I got to say, if I was hiking on the trail and this rode up to me, I'd probably want to take a ride. I probably want to take me back
Yeah,
down the mountain,
hiking is not fun. Like, it's work.
Anyway, you got what appears, I don't know, it's in for training or what, but you posted a picture of the most enormous horse I think you've ever had at your barn.
Oh my gosh, isn't he pretty?
So it's this big black thing. It's enormous. What the hell is that?
And he doesn't have papers, so he's supposed to be a Warlander, which is half Frisian, half Andalusian, and he is very Frisian.
I was going to say he's
like,
more Frisian, I think.
He looks very Frisian, but he's supposed to be. When you look at his butt, he kind of has a little Andalusian apple bottom. So there is definitely the Spanish in there. I've never seen so much hair in my entire life. Like, I took his braids out to rebraid. Oh my God, it took me like an hour and a half to do that, because like once I took the braids out, because he came with these tight braids, the hair went like and exploded. Is this huge amount of hair. So anyway, it's a lot of hair. He was purchased by a woman on an online, I don't know if it's an auction or whatever, but I don't usually talk about, like every horse that comes for training, I ask the people, is it okay for me to post about or talk about? And she was like, I just want to stay out of it. So he was bought sight unseen off somewhere, and he has come here, and I'm to see what he knows and get to know him and find out if he's going to work out for her or not. So he's a big, giant, beautiful.
How big is he? He has to be 17 hands at least.
Well, apparently the ad said he was 16 hands, and I'm like, where did they measure?
The bottom of his belly?
I mean, seriously, like the lowest part of his back, like, and then his head and neck just come straight out of the top of his back. He is
Kinda
like, I feel like I'm
actually
auditioning for Game of Thrones, or like,
he does look like a Game of Thrones horse.
Yeah. He's very sweet. This is the one that I was telling you guys about. He exited some fencing now twice.
Oh, he's the jumper.
No, he's a crasher.
Oh, crasher.
He's a crasher. And apparently with Frisians, that's a thing. Like, I got a lot of messages from people that were like, Welsh ponies and Frisians, they leave if they want to leave. So he had 4 shoes on. So I told his owner, I was like, I can't keep him crashing through my fences. He's going to get hurt and it's going to be expensive. So I was like, I can turn him out with the whole herd. I can get them used to it, but I have to pull his shoes. So we pulled his shoes, and he's barefoot, and I've introduced him to the herd slowly. And now he's out with herd. So what I've realized is he will stay in the fence.
If he's with
as
others.
long as he's where he wants to be.
So out in the herd, he must just stick out. I mean, you're not going to miss him, are you?
They're it's like, okay, Chad calls Amigo the equine version of Homer. He's like, that horse loves you, and he's like super loyal. Like, he comes running. Like, he loves me. I love him so much, but he's like, nobody gets to pet you. So like, no other horses get to come up to me when Amigo's around. So looking at him out in the pasture, he's like, I can tell you're pretty and they like you. Get away from me.
Amigo hates him.
Hates him. But they seem to like, he kind of just minds his own business. He's like herd adjacent, right? So like, there's all my horses, and then there's him like, where are you guys going? Can I come too? Okay. And he kind of like just hangs out probably like 40 yards away, but he'll work his way. And I don't know how long he's going to be here. So we'll get to know him
for the first time. What was that? Was this the tallest one you've ever ridden?
No, I mean, I know, because I've ridden thoroughbreds taller, but he just is a different shape.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he is so uphill. And so it's going to be fun. I mean, he's 9 years old, and so he's been ridden, but I don't know what he knows. So I just started him, and he's a bit like Amigo, where you put him in the round pen and you can't get him to go. They just won't go. It's just no. Like, I'm not going to trot away. That's stupid. So I was like, I was going to long line him, and I was like, well, I don't guess I can long line him because he won't go. So I was like, I'll just tag him up and get on. So I tagged him up and got on. And I remember, the words of Monty Roberts in my head. I mean, I hear a lot of his words all the time, but I don't think that he came from a warm and fuzzy environment. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, let's find out what he knows, but also let's just, and what Monty always told me was prove to them that their world has changed. So I have a really soft bit on him. I have a saddle that does not fit.
I was going to say, does your girth fit?
It is. I mean, I don't know what to do. I've got that Wintec extra wide, which was a little wide for Miles. So I'm hoping it's going to fit him. So I'll try it on him tomorrow. But yeah, he's so wide. So I put him in this with my starter saddle, and I was like, I think I'm going to get on you. So I'm going to go get my helmet. And I go get my helmet, and I come back, and he's completely filthy, and the saddle's underneath his belly. He rolled like immediately, like a second he left. So mental note, that's why I put that crappy saddle on everybody. Mental note is in a roll. On?
Yeah.
Yes. Like in 5 seconds. So prove to them the world has changed. So I just rode him for like 1 or 2 laps around the round pen, and everything was nice and peaceful. And so we'll see what we find out. It's an adventure. God, he's gorgeous.
He does look Frisian though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just looked up Warlander. By the way, by the time we get to W's, we are continuing our breeds of the alphabet. I have Shires coming up, so we're getting there. I sent out 6 emails last week to various people about their breeds. I heard back from 1. What is it people not want to talk about their breeds? Which, by the way, for those of you questioning why we haven't continued, I've been trying. So when we get to W, you're doing Warlander. I just looked. They
me?
They generally range from 14.2 to 17 hands. So you're at the high end.
I think he's at the high end of that. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
That's part of the magic of buying horses sight unseen, where she thought she was getting a 16-hand horse and he shows up and he shipped straight here. And I was like, what is that?
You were the picture of you holding him or whatever. Oh my God. He's so tall.
Yeah, he's ginormous. He's ginormous. But I think most of it's head and neck. Like, I mean,
He
his
does
back
have a
is
long
way
neck.
high.
Appears to have a giraffe neck. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, he's beautiful.
But
and
when he
I'm hoping
stands,
he's going to work
he
out.
looks beautiful standing. Just put together.
He looks like a chess piece.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a chess piece out of Harry Potter or something.
So, well, I'll keep you guys posted if you want to keep up with. And his name is appropriately Samson.
Yeah, where can they go see the pictures?
You can go to my Flyover Farm page. It's Flyover Farm Jamie Jennings, certified Monty Roberts instructor. You just do Flyover Farm Jamie Jennings on Facebook and it's there. I'm too old for Instagram. I don't have time for any of that other stuff. So this is where you see it all. But yeah, I think he's going to be, he's so pretty. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we're going to end the show with a little equine history for you today. In 1960, on this day, Rome Olympic Games served as the definitive structural bridge between dressage's past as a cavalry exercise and its modern identity as an elite international sport. So
60?
60.
That's the first year?
Well, apparently they allowed civilians in 1952. But they were using the old system for scoring and everything that they'd use in cavalry days. I didn't realize this, but in 1956 at the Stockholm Games, there was a huge scandal. And the scandal was the judges from Sweden and West Germany awarded their own riders the top scores. It just was rigged. And
shenanigans.
So what happened was both judges were suspended by the FEI, and they decided to completely overhaul how judging was done. So the first time that overhaul was put into place was in 1960. So in 1960, you could have civilian riders, and they completely redid the judging, so it's more like it is today. And I didn't realize that the International Olympic Committee at that point gave an ultimatum. They said, fix the dressage judging or we're going to eliminate it from the Olympics. There'll be no more dressage. So they didn't have a choice. They had to do something. They had to change it. And now it's like it is today, which is a little confusing, but apparently a lot more fair than it was in 1956.
Wow.
So anyway, the second one is in 2012, for the first time in the 143-year history of the Travers Stakes in Saratoga, two horses, Alpha and Golden Ticket, crossed the finish line in an absolute photo finish. You don't see this too often where they declare them both co-winners. That doesn't happen too often. And what happened in this case is the two winning horses split $800,000 combined first and second prizes evenly. So they put the first and second prizes together. I wondered what happens to the winning tickets. So this is what they do. Parimutuel betting pools split the win payouts between the two horses. Bettors who held the ticket on Golden Ticket, who was a 33-1 long shot, enjoyed a huge payout, while those with the 2-1 favorite received the reduced amount. So they took what they would have won had they won, and that was the split that they used. So I was wondering about that because they were such difference in odds that what would happen? Do you still make it even? Apparently they didn't. If you had a long shot, you still won more money. So that's how they do it. I have never seen a race with a tie.
That's a whole lot of math.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of math.
I don't know. It probably took longer to get that final thing where they put it up and the winning numbers.
Hold all tickets.
Yeah. It probably took longer than usual on that one. They had to go to the rule book.
It reminded me of that. There was a race in England in 2021 at Epsom Downs, and the racehorse's name, I just Googled it because I was like, what is that race? The racehorse is named Oh, This Is Us. And there was a photo finish And the only reason he won is because his tongue was out and his tongue crossed the finish line first. So even more like in Cars, where the Lightning McQueen sticks his tongue out. That's what happened to this horse. So I was maybe thinking that horse, like he should have just stuck his tongue out. It would be no problem.
I was thinking about racing. We'll be talking about the Breeders' Cup soon, won't we?
No, well, November usually.
November? Okay.
Yeah, but I did go to the track on Saturday night and watch my friend's horses race, and it was super fun. And Chad actually went with me, so we go to the track.
Did he limit your betting? Does he keep you tied to your seat?
Do you know what I did tell him? I was like, listen, you sit down. Like he was like a little pushy. He was like, where are we at now? How much do you have now? And I'm like, listen, we don't talk about it till the end.
We don't talk about money here.
It was like, I told him, I was like, you're not, because he was like, I would place bet. Who'd you bet on? How much did you bet? What's the odds? Did you win? How much did you win? How much did you lose? And I was like,
kind of takes some of the fun out of it.
It sucked a whole lot of fun out. And I finally, about the fifth race, I was like, you're going to stop or you're not going to get invited back.
No dinner for you.
But the first race, everybody was like, oh, it's a 4. And then I saw this horse walk by and I was like, nope, it's a 7. And just through that, just looking at the horse, he was at like 15-1. And I put $5 down and I won a lot of money. So I played on the house money for the rest of the time. And Chad's like, it's not house money if you keep giving it away. Listen, be quiet.
He can't. When you and I finally get to play blackjack together, he's not allowed. He can't join us.
And the funny thing is he will lose at blackjack so fast. So fast. We played together. I'm like, anywho. So I got the first horse right. And then the rest of the time I use the books to study. I look at pedigree and bullet works and like their last races and have they dropped in class and I won nothing after that. So the only time I won a race was by picking them. Oh, I'm like, that one looks really nice. That one's pretty. And I picked that one and then I win. And then I lost all the rest.
There's two types of people. There's the type of people when they go up, and whether you're slots, I don't care what you're doing, right? Gambling. When you go up, you figure it's entertainment now. I'm on their dime. I'm just going to play it till it's gone. And then there's the type of people when they go up, take the money and leave. Like Jennifer is that person. I'm the player. Oh. If I can play 4 hours on house money and blackjack, I've just had 4 hours of entertainment. That's the way I look at it.
Thank you. We would be very dangerous together because
we'd be hitting
I go to the track.
We'd be hitting the ATM.
And I have $100. Okay, just 100. I teach riding lessons every Tuesday, so I save that money to go to the track. So I take my little $100 and I go to the track. And if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. But I think it's free to get in. It's basically free to be there. So
Food's
it's like
not even that expensive there. It's cheap.
The track, and I eat before I go because I don't eat track food. So to be fair, I love it. I go there. I have my $100, and I left with
and you sit in the box. 80. For what that's worth at the little track.
Yeah, I left with 60. That's what Chad's like. You lost $40. I was like, no. I donated $40 for my entertainment. Thank you.
I agree with you totally. I agree with you totally. You would have had probably such a good time with Lisa's mom at the track.
Oh my God. What a cool thing that would have been. She would have been an
absolute hoot to go to the track with.
Yeah.
And probably understands horses more than we do.
Yeah. I learned something from her.
Well, one of these days we'll play blackjack together. We got to get invited to the darn thing in December, to the cowboy thing in December.
The Vegas. Cowboy thing? Oh.
Yeah, we got to get invited to that. I didn't forget what it's called now. The National Finals Rodeo, the NFR.
Oh, the NFR.
Yes, we've never been invited all these years, and nobody's ever asked us to go.
You know what would be awesome is if we went on a cruise and did the whole cruise thing, except for the boat didn't ever go anywhere, and it wasn't a boat. Is that good? Can we do that?
Hang on, auditors. We'll have a post show for you. Jackie's coming back.
We go on a cruise, but it's not on a boat. It doesn't go anywhere.